Other than Arush Pavaskar, is there any other Goan ranked players supported by any other corporate?
At this point of time, no. Arush Paskar is the only junior right now who's got a corporate support. However, let me also tell you the signs are very encouraging. We've already reached out to a few corporates in the BFSI sector who are very keen and willing to support talent in badminton in Goa. Obviously, there are conditions in terms of the performance of the players. We need to make sure these set of players who will be emanating out of these grassroots level programs that we are holding out right now in the last 12 months. Probably you'll be able to see that in the next 12 months where these players would start performing at the state level and we would be encouraging them to perform even at the All India Open. The results would then probably show up in another 12 months time and then we will have more and more corporate sponsors probably picking up some of these bright talents. We already have identified some of these talents. Manoj, if you could just, some names which you wanted to share with the media.
Hello. Yeah, besides Arush Pavaskar, we have Ritika Cheluri, we have Shane D'Souza, we have Soham Naik, Pragya Audi, Sanvi Audi, then Amira Dumatkar, Michael Mare and Umar Sheikh. These are 9 players whom we have identified, and I think he spoke about 1 year, but I can assure you that within the next 3 months we will have corporates coming forward to support each one of these. Because this is our priority now to see that these players are supported not only financially but also in terms of training. And our main focus during the 60th year would be to see that we get enough support from corporates to come and support these players. Not only this 9, but we would want to go much further to the grassroots level and see that we identify talent and see that we give them the kind of support which their parents would want their children to get.
Last year when you took over in the previous committee, in the same forum you highlighted about the academies in the Goa. Any plans for the academy in the Goa?
I think you can take it.
Yes, we did. In fact, I would say it's a very ambitious plan that we have. We noticed that today we do have the best infrastructure. Mind you, we have the best badminton infrastructure in Goa. In fact, you go to any state association that we go to take our teams, I am telling you the kind of infrastructure we have in Goa, we are blessed. Thanks to SHG, DSY and the government for having set up this infrastructure. What we need to do is probably bridge the gap between the scale of infrastructure that we have and the amount of players we need to participate and make use of this infrastructure. The academy is one very ambitious and a prestigious project that we want to roll out. As of now, there are a lot of plans in terms of this rolling out this academy itself. Many of our existing top level players, I would say a good top 10 of them across age categories, the mini, junior, the junior and sub-junior, are actually going to various academies, whether it's in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana or Kerala. We would want to see if we can get these talents to stay in Goa itself and train with us. Infrastructure is there. We need to get in the specialized coaches, strength and conditioning coaches. Okay, these kind of people we need to get on board with the relevant infrastructure that we have. We are already in talks with SAG. We are already in talks with Khelo India program, which is already running in Goa, to see whether we can bring about synergies and work together and have a very good academy. An academy per se would probably lay down the platform and an ecosystem for not only honing these skills and developing our players from Goa. There is a need for ensuring we have talent from outside Goa also who can play with these Goan players and give them a platform to compete at that level. Because any academy you go, it's an open academy. Any player from any state association can come across and play, and it gives them a platform to train and compete at a national level. So that would be the ultimate and eventual aim that we would want to achieve. In terms of when we'll be able to roll out the academy, hopefully, and we are keeping our fingers crossed, this 60th year we should be able to see a full-fledged running academy in Goa itself. Thank you. Right now, I won't want to comment on a specific place, but we have a couple of options both in North Goa as well as South Goa. We should be looking at finalizing it in the next 2 or 3 months.
Just wanted to,
since
you asked a question on an academy model, I just wanted to highlight a few things that he has rightfully pointed out. One is, it's just not enough to have a plain academy. Okay, you need the whole ecosystem. And when we took Arush Pavaskar as our goodwill ambassador, I told the parents only one thing. I said, you need to make a sacrifice and move him out of here. If he really has to come to a national and international level. And the only reason is, as he rightly pointed out, we have the best infrastructure. I think in many of the sports, Goa has the best infrastructure. But along with the infrastructure, the entire ecosystem has to develop. You need players who you can compete with. You need the best of coaches. Okay. So I was just talking to the president. I said, and you have to also keep one thing in mind. The academy has to be sustainable. It has to earn revenues. It can't be something that, is like a right to education saying, I will get free education up to 12th standard. It doesn't work like that. Okay, a real deserving candidate who needs sponsorship, who cannot afford, by all means can come to people like us, and I'm sure that many corporates in their like-mindedness will support. But an academy can't be a free space to go and prove your mind. Academy, you go to, any academy, Gopi Chand, Padukone, they charge a hefty fee, and rightfully so, because that's the only way you can keep an academy alive. So, once he says an academy, I think at least as a patron, my advice to you would be, make a world-class academy where you charge people. The ones who are really deserving, who need it, we should go and get corporate sponsorship, CSR budgets, so that, we really aim at Goa being one of the finest destinations. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
We also, just to add to what I just earlier said, we've also had discussions in the last AGM of Badminton Association of India to suggest that we need to have a regional hub of BI Academy itself. There is one center of excellence that BI has got in Guwahati. There is one national center of excellence that BI has got in Guwahati itself. Now, that academy, just like sir mentioned, it is world class. You name the facility, any player, any budding player wants an ecosystem to train, to thrive. We need to have that kind of an academy. We've already had in the last AGM, Manoj and we were there in the AGM of BA, and we did throw up this particular option with the entire executive committee to suggest that Goa is willing to set up a regional hub, a western regional hub for a center of excellence itself. Having said that, whether that comes through or not, the plans of an academy is definitely in the pipeline. We are already, I would say to a great extent, there are a lot of things we've already discussed and we moved ahead. It's at a slow pace. That's because we need to be very certain. Like sir also said, we need to make sure it's a viable proposition. Without a viability, there's no point just launching something and then struggling with the maintenance of the sustainability. So let's get this completely right in all aspects. Let's tick all the boxes and make sure, and only then launch it. So, but you should be able to hear something very positive this year.
Praveen, how many badminton players are taking the Khelo India program right now? And how many players are training under Goa Badminton Association's regular coaching centers? And are these players pitted around regularly to see the progress they are achieving?
Against the Khelo India players, you mean?
Yeah.
So Khelo India, I don't have the right numbers for Khelo India. From what I know right now, the February and March month, early this month and February, there were selection trials that were conducted by Khelo India across various constituencies in the north and south district as well. Roughly in badminton, around 20 to 22 players have been inducted for the program. It's a residential program. They have this time extended the program to allow even non-residential participation from Goan players itself. Those who have difficulty in terms of coming to Pedem and staying there and doing this particular program. So that is one change that we've noticed from Khelo India. Other than that, every other player who participates in our state ranking tournaments or leagues or any other tournament that we conduct across age categories, under 11, under 13, under 15, under 17, all are training across our stadiums under our private coaches, as well as we have only one SAG coach right now in Pedem, Roy sir. Otherwise, it's all private coaching arrangement across all these stadiums. Be it Naveli, Patoda, Ponda, Chikalim, Sakari, Mapsa, and Kampa.
So are do they play against each other so that you have some observations on the progress they are making? in respective cases?
We do. Fortunately, this time we have a good technical officials committee in this new GBA committee that we have, where we have also involved various coaches. Shri Vinayak Kamath from our previous SAG coach in South Goa is also on board that committee. We have Navneet Nasnodkar who's also on board, who's a coach, private coach, also on board that committee. We have identified their roles for ensuring we have exchange programs with Khelo India so that we can work together, train together, and help improve. One is that, and two, we also participate in these selection trials that we do so that we can spot talent as well as we go along this entire journey of trying to identify programs for various coaching development programs.
What's the total number of the talent pool ranked players in Goa? Total number?
Rank pool
Across all categories?
Across
Just
all categories.
overall.
When you say rank players, participation, we cross around 200.
Total.
Okay. So whenever we do under 15, 17, or under 13, we easily have 200 plus players who participate. Khelo India, I told you 22, there aren't ranked other than probably a select 4 or 5 of them. The rest all are from this balance pool.
What's the number of girl players?
Girl players, yes, that's been a struggle for us. We need to encourage. That's one of the key focus areas when we say grassroots level program. We want to encourage more and more girl players participation. Today the numbers are embarrassingly low. We in fact don't get a full strength to even have a complete main draw for any of these ranking tournaments. Under 13, under 15, 17, yes. But the minute you get into the under 19 and a seniors category, you have barely select players who participate in these ranking tournaments. Yes.
Ravi, so earlier you mentioned there were 6 Goan coaches that took part in the BWF coaching session. So is there any monitoring on those coaches? Goan coaches, like where are they and how are they progressing?
Yes. So these are private coaches, like I said. They are currently undertaking coaching programs in certain stadiums. So we've had Anup Kushwa, for example, in Ponda. We have Sanat Kamath at Fatorda. Now these are level 1 coaching program is a basic international coaching program for badminton, which is conducted by BWF. So these are beginners from a coaching perspective that we've got on board for this particular program. Other than that, we've had an existing player, Yasmin Sayed, who participated. We've had Emilia also participate. They are existing, not existing. They've been recently playing for Goa, also representing as well. Now they are seniors. We would be inducting them into our next level coaching development program as well. We have asked them to give a list of all their existing players who they have got enrolled for their coaching exercise. Spot talent and the development of these coaches, training these players is something that our senior coaches will be involved in.
You also mentioned about the academy. So is the academy only considered of developing players, or will it be considered on developing the coaches as well?
See, it will be more to a certain degree, I would say, but largely for an academy like Shri Tempo also mentioned, it's going to be a mature, good academy with reputed coaches already on board. What we would be doing is, as a part of our coaching development program, which like you questioned right now, we will be getting in our junior level coaches who can participate in these academies under these established coaches for training them and upgrading them. So at the junior assistant and assistant level coachings in these academies, we expect to bring on board these coaches so that they can train themselves. In the end, we need to make sure our bench strength and our strength of coaches and technical officials are developed, for a long term, from a long term perspective.